Hi there, hello, you people. It's me, Red Lightning Boa, about to go over some AEW Full Gear. I'm telling you, that's the thing. That's what's been going on right here. What I gotta say about this right here? Okay, this AEW Full Gear, November 23rd, 2024, is that I really like if they tried something different, even though the matches were not. The matches felt repetitive on the other hand. Okay, on one hand, they tried something different with the 0 hour. That's good. That's really good right there. Because the thing is, they did a really good job with those kids. You could call them Big Justice and Rizzler. Sorry. But anyway, fantastic, man. I would say like 4 or 3 good matches were on the show right now and stuff right there, going from to 0 hour to the actual show and stuff, even though come on, man, we don't need a bunch of rematches for AEW's Full Gear. We did not need rematches. I mean, I'm really glad that some parts of AEW's Full Gear was different. Some parts were different, but the others you could consider rematches. That's the thing right there. That's not good. That's right there. I mean, don't get me wrong. For a 7 out of 10, for a 7 out of 10 show, this show was pretty good in my opinion for something that was a 7 out of 10. I gotta say. But anyway, let's go over the results. Or let's have me go over the results. You could say. But anyway, yeah, I think I'd like to kick things off was Big Boom with AJ. Well, this was like after the match he had with the that dude QT Marshall and stuff right here. So yeah, anyway, you can say Big Boom AJ didn't really get out of the ring unscathed after his triumphant squared circle comeback and stuff after during the weekend and stuff. Well, you could say so-called bringing the boom to QT Marshall in his victory to 0 hour pre-show at Full Gear 2024 that one Saturday, which was like November 23 and stuff right here and all that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened right there. Even though AJ suffered an injury right here to his foot, it's still a good match, nevertheless. Right here, still a good match. Where you have AEW issuing a statement during a Monday afternoon confirming, that AJ suffered a broken foot during his match with QT Marshall and stuff right here. I mean, dude, I gotta say, man, wow, dude, those two kids, they did a good job handling the show. I gotta say, you could say exceptionally young talents. That's the thing right there, man. I thought they did a really good job right there, man. I really love the part where, man, I just love the part where AJ was about to approach one of the kids right there, and then Paul White stepped in right there, telling him to back off, just back off, don't touch the kid or anything, because they were assuming that he was going to get mad at the kid. That's why Paul White stepped in right there. That was one of my more favorite parts. I gotta say right there. But anyway, yeah, you could say so-called. This thing you could call bringing the boom against QT Marshall on during a Saturday, where AEW's Full Gear 0 hour happened and stuff right there with all that, where AJ suffered a broken foot but managed to fight valiantly to earn a victory in his AEW debut in front of his son, Big Justice, right there, and and their friend, the Rizzler, you could say, with more than 10,000 fans at the Prudential Center and millions of fans from around the world watching at home, you could say, for the most part, most likely. But anyway, yeah, I can tell that the fans were really hyped for this one, man, because you got to give those kids good encouragement. I mean, for a show like AEW that's been making some cold decisions, man, that is really good. They did a good job with those kids right there, man. Yeah, that was really good, man. I also like that little backstage video of the Rizzler, just having a stare down with Orange Cassidy and stuff, man. That was fantastic. I really like that right there. So anyway, to start this off, wait, how do we start this off? You could say okay, AEW being live during 8 p.m. Eastern time. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't need to go through the information on that one and stuff. But anyway, you could say you have AJ and QT Marshall, like I said right there, and there was also Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay. Honestly, the Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay, that was all right. I mean, not the best. I mean, come on, man. It could have been better, but it was all right. It was okay. It wasn't good, and it wasn't bad stuff anyway. But now, on the other hand, now Dante Martin versus Buddy Matthews, the Beast Mortals, and Commander. Ooh, that was fantastic. I like that one. I really like that one right there. That 4-way match. That's gotta be, man. I gotta put that as the best match of the 0 hour and stuff right here because I think they did a really good job with the 0 hour in my opinion. Deonna Purrazzo versus AJ, that could have been better though in my opinion. So you could consider that as it was a warm up for a big night featuring Jon Moxley defending the AEW World Title against Orange Cassidy, and what's likely the first of many battles for the so-called soul of the company, you could say, with Chris Statlander trying to, humble Mercedes Moné by taking her TBS champion stuff right there, and more stuff, from all that, with plenty of hype going on. Because, man, I got to admit, man, even I was hyped, man. I just love how the crowd was getting lit for the kids, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what AEW is planning, but they did pull it off real good, especially with the kids, like I said. But anyway, to start things off, let's go. Let's go with the AEW Full Gear 2024 results anyway, but I don't need to bring that up anyway. Yeah, so I think the way the actual show started off was Roderick Strong versus MJF, AEW TNT champion Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia, and the four-way for the AEW World Tag Team champion Private Party versus the Outrunners, the Acclaimed, and the Kings of the Black Throne stuff here. As we also get Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher and stuff, which would lead to Swerve Strickland versus Bobby Lashley and stuff, and Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page right here and stuff for here. Don't worry, God. A number of these wrestlers, I'm glad they won, but really, it's still a rematch nonetheless. I mean, just like a friend told me, it felt like this show did too much with rematches, man. I felt there was too many rematches for this show. I mean, but nevertheless, man, still good for a 7 out of 10 show. Still good. I thought that was really great. And the way they handle the 7 out of 10 show and stuff here. Like I said, man, they tried something different and they tried something repetitive with the show, man. Still a 7 out of 10, man. That's the thing. But anyway, let's start this off with the Private Party versus the Acclaimed and the Kings of the Blackthorn versus the Outrunners. Where you get arm drags by Bowens and a Faymaster to Cassidy before Caster just doesn't seem to be paying attention as Bowens tries to, tag him and stuff. So Truth Magnum comes in and it's a body slam to Cassidy before they get a double bicep by both Outrunners with right hands to everyone by Turbo Floyd. Floyd, dumps Black to the outside, but Brody just drops him with an elbow and all that. As Floyd tries to fire back, but Brody just drops him again and stuff here, man. I really like multiple way matches when there's like at least 4 wrestlers. I really like those matches so much, man. It just adds so much energy. You can see that, man. Just even though those matches are a little bit of a gamble because it's not a one-on-one, it's mostly like multiple people and stuff here that can be a real gamble at sometimes, in my opinion, but still good nevertheless, you could say. But anyway. So yeah, you got Bowens going up top for the Scissor Me Timbers right there. I don't know who came up with that name anyway, but that's funny as heck. As you get Bowens scissoring Floyd while trying to go up, while you have Caster just punching Floyd in the face before Hangman's neckbreaker to Magnum happens as well and stuff here. Right there, as we also get a suplex by Bowen before he runs into a super kick from Quinn, and we also get an attitude adjustment by Caster, but Magnum takes him out with the running dropkick before an enziguri happens by Private Party, and a stereo 450 splash to the Outrunners as well, leading to a 2 count right there and stuff here as the Outrunners go with a pair of clotheslines and a double elbow drop before the KOTBT pull the Outrunners outside the ring and hit Black Hole Slam. They hit a black hole slam on Bowens right there in the process as we get a cannonball and a big boot combo by, the Kings of the Black Throne and stuff here in the corner to Bowens as King misses a cannonball, you could say, in the corner, and that's where the Outrunners come in, which leads to a total recall to Brody King, and the crowd hates Caster and stuff in the process as he tags himself in. I don't get how he tags himself in right there and stuff. But anyway, yeah, you get Bowens and Caster finally coming face to face, but now Caster wants to lay down for Bowens and stuff as Cassidy comes off the top with the Swanton and Bowens right here, and only getting 2 count as a cradle to Cassidy happens for a 2 count as well, which leads to a rolling elbow to Cassidy before Caster makes a blind tag and Bowens cradling Cassidy for what could have been the 3 count and stuff, which leads to Floyd crotching Caster and Private Party sneaking in, which is what happened in the show so far, right there in that match, which leads them to hit the silly string for the win right there stuff. So you get the Private Party winning that one right there. Honestly, I would have expected the Acclaim to win, or the Kings of the Black Throne, not the Private Party. I don't know why. Don't get me wrong. It's really good that the Private Party managed to stick around. When they made that deal the other week, if they lost the fight, man, they would be separated. But apparently not. They managed to win that deal right there. So it's glad to see them still around and stuff. I could see the difference if they were to actually lose that one match weeks ago. I could actually see that. But nevertheless, you get Alexi was also there with Orange Cassidy, with Cassidy going to stand up to Moxley tonight and remove him from AEW right there. Because, yeah, I guess you could say Jon Moxley has really been using his heel turn right there and taking advantage of stuff right here, being on the manipulating part, just like how he has control over Wheeler Yuta and stuff right here and all that. Like the way Jon Moxley was holding his hands on Wheeler Yuta's shoulder and stuff right here during that one video and stuff after Wheeler Yuta lost that one match during the other show, you could say, and all that. But anyway, our second match was MJF versus Roderick Strong and stuff right here and all that. Right here, so you get MJF taking the mic and saying he enjoyed not being around AEW while he was making millions, shooting movies and stuff right here, man. Right there, kind of like how Roderick Strong's mom shot it. Oh yeah, I think the little insult of Roderick's mom being Roderick Strong's mother having a hard time with the father and stuff here. Some personal history right there coming from Roderick Strong that MJF had to bring up. Just so MJF could be an absolute jerk in the process right here and all that and stuff. So anyway, you get MJF attacking the hand and the referee gives it a quick check as Strong goes on the offensive early with a half and half backbreaker and a running leg lariat by Strong and an Argentine backbreaker into a buckle bomb. Which leads to a running knee by Strong and an angle slam getting a 2 count. As we also have a spicy drop kick by Strong to MJF, who is trying to retreat on the outside and stuff here. And not only that, you also get a running chop by Strong right there, and a back suplex on the guardrail, which also leads to him going back inside the ring. Where Strong misses the sick kick and stuff before MJF sends Strong up and over in the corner and connects with a donkey kick in the face and stuff before MJF wants the Panama Sunrise, but Strong catches him in the middle there with the backbreaker. Leading for a 2 count stuff as MJF goes to the eyes, but he, runs into a big drop kick and stuff as the double leg by Strong happens as well, who's able to lock in a Texas Cloverleaf before Strong just couldn't hold it in as the left hand gives out. And that's where they reset the whole thing and stuff before MJF goes to the left hand, biting it. But that's where Strong counters with the end of Heartache right there, which leads to a 2 count right there, man. Really decent stuff, man, back and forth right here and all that. But anyway, besides that, you have Strong just, Strong just getting caught by the foot right there, getting caught by the foot because MJF got his foot on the rope right there. Strong looks for another running knee, but MJF bails to the outside. Before Strong follows and brings MJF back in the ring with a sick kick by Strong, trying to cover MJF, but he drapes the left hand over the chest right there, allowing MJF to catch it, transition into the salt of the earth and stuff. And that's where Strong managed to tap out immediately right there and stuff right there, which leads to MJF winning the match right there. So yeah, I don't know what's going to be done with Roderick Strong after that and stuff. Yeah, he's going to have to move on right there. I mean, that's what I think right there. This match, okay, this match, I would find it a little bit more predictable with MJF versus Roderick Strong. Honestly, I would have been expecting MJF to win. I would have had more expectation of MJF to win because I don't know. It just felt like to me that MJF has more experience, in my opinion. Because I mean, let me tell you, MJF is the one with the title, especially from me last year. So yeah, it makes sense that he's the one with the experience and stuff, and the one with the championships and stuff. Even during the time he lost his title against Samoa Joe and stuff. So yeah, I wonder when Samoa Joe is going to come back. I really do. After what happened to Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho right there, that's wild, man. That was just crazy. But anyway, yeah, you got your winner of this match, MJF and stuff here, with MJF grabbing a chair, unfolding and wrapping around Strong's arm and stomps it on it. Whereas you get Adam Cole, the Kingdom, and Kyle O'Reilly there to check on Strong as Kyle shoves Cole down and blames Cole for Strong's injury as Kyle helps Strong to the back and stuff right here and all that. Which leads to our third match, the AEW TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander right here and stuff. Ooh, honestly, I wanted to go for Chris Statlander. I really do. I was going for Chris Statlander, but yeah, still good match nonetheless. Kind of. Not the best right here. I mean, I'll say that there was only only 4 or 3 matches that were good for this show right there. But anyway, how this one started off with the Hurricane Rana off the apron by Monet. As you can say, Monet follows up with the Meteora, and Monet also wants a count-out win and stuff before Monet throws Statlander into the steel steps, but she still makes it in the 10 count and stuff, which leads to another Meteora, and this time inside the ring, Monet gets a 2 count. Where, we also have Mercedes shoving Statlander's face in the middle turnbuckle and comes off the top with another Meteora grabbing the ropes for the pin, but the referee sees it and stuff here. Which leads to Statlander trying a powerbomb, but Monet goes over the top with an awkward-looking neckbreaker for 2 count stuff. We get a sunset buckle bomb by Monet getting a 2 count as Monet looks for the 13th Meteora of the match, but Statlander catches her and sends her flying with the big buckle bomb right here and stuff here. Don't get me wrong, I was really going for Chris Statlander, but nevertheless, it's a great women's match, man. Pretty good back and forth stuff, you could say. As we have Statlander looking for a Saturday Night Fever, but Monet pushes off the turnbuckle and counters with the tornado DDT for a two count, with three Amigos happening by Monet, who proceeds to dive off the top rope, but Statlander catches her on her shoulders, which leads to like a 5, the F5, yeah, that's what you could call it, the F5. Or anyway, as you also have a 2 count stuff, which leads to Statlander going up top, possibly thinking about the 450 splash right here and all that. As Statlander misses and lands hard on her injured knee and stuff, as Monet gets blood in the water and just ground and pounds the knee. You could call that blood in the water, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. She sees the blood in the water. And before hitting frog splash to the knees, you can see the backstabber happens by Monet is right here and all that. It's to a 2 count, and you also get a sit out gory face buster by Monet and stuff. Statlander counters a magistral cradle into a tombstone position, but Monet gets to the injured knee and stuff, biting and stuff. As Casadora by Monet happens as well, sending Statlander in the middle rope. Throat first. Ooh, throat first, man. Dude, just imagine landing your throat on the rope, ouch! Gosh, man, that's gotta be painful, man. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, I would have hated that to happen to me. But that's the way a wrestler works. You gotta take bumps. You gotta take really hard bumps, man. I'm telling you, man. And also the fact that some people have the nerve to say that wrestling's fake. No, it's not. It's not fake. Hitting the floor is not fake, I'm telling you anyway. But anyway, you get Monet going to the injured knee, biting it with Casadora, just like I said, which leads to Monet rolling her up for the win and stuff right here, rolling up Chris Statlander and stuff right here, and all that, Chris Statlander, the same woman that backstabbed Willow Nightingale that other time right there from during Double or Nothing, which was months ago, so we don't have to talk about that. So anyway, but besides that, you could say Statlander gave Monet her best match since she joined AEW and stuff by far, with Monet still struggling to connect, particularly in her promos, but then she got the right opponent, where she can go and stuff, where you get the Jersey crowd loving Statlander there too, which of course helped as well, you could say. Not only that, our fourth match was Hangman Page versus Jay White, with Page sending White up and over and into the floor, causing him to land awkwardly on his ankle, where Page sees that and immediately focuses the attack on the ankle, stomping on it and wrapping around the ring post before Page DDTs the ankle of White, but he runs into a back elbow and White fires back with some chops as DDT again by White leads to a 2 count right there, with White wanting a half and half suplex into the turnbuckle, but Page, runs into a boot in the corner while White just brings him up top for a suplex, while White is slow to cover due to the bad ankle, allowing Page to chop block him and stuff right here, man, going for the weak spots. Because, Hangman Adam Page has a habit of doing that. He has a real habit of going for injured body parts, you could say, as you get White responding with the chop block of his own and stuff right here, as we're firing some hard elbows back and forth right here. And all that before Page tries a charging clothesline, but White ducks underneath with a complete shot right there. And also, another thing I gotta say is, come on. Dude, just come on, man. Okay, this is one problem about this AEW Full Gear. Rematches. This is what it was showing us, rematches. Here's the thing. We've already had Hangman Page and Jay White face each other. And what happens? Jay White wins again. So please, Lord help me if we get another rematch, even though Hangman Page lost against Jay White a second time. If we have to see Hangman Adam Page and Jay White fight a third time, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. This better be it for the rematches. I'm just saying. Okay, because this right here shows that Jay White beat Hangman Adam Page a second time, so he doesn't really have to beat him a third time. That's what I think right there. But anyway, you get both guys rolling to the apron, and Page thinking about the Deadeye, but White gets free as a sleeper suplex by White, and the apron happens as well. And Page collapses to the floor as White focuses on his injured ankle as another sleeper suplex by White happens as well. This time on the floor before the crowd is split. You could say 50-50 on this one as White tries a shin breaker on the ramp, but his knee collapses as well, allowing Page to throw him into the guardrail, with Page wedging White's ankle between the barricades and crushing it with a big running boot before Page locks in on an ankle lock on the outside, going all the way up until the 9 count. Going back in the ring now as White ducks the buckshot, but Page locks in the ankle lock again. Some advanced moves and stuff right here, man. Good gosh, man. We don't need rematches, man. Man, it'll be really crazy, I'm telling you. It'll be really crazy if these two had to fight a third time. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, if they're going to fight a third time, at least make it really hardcore. Really hardcore, I'm going to say. At least, or in a cage match. Like, bring out weapons, bring out stuff. Make it interesting. Because we have already had these two face each other 2 times already. But anyway, you got Page countering Blade Runner with the ankle lock, but White, eventually reverses with an inverted figure 4 and stuff before Page finally gets to the ropes, and that's where they reset and stuff with White thinking about a sleeper suplex, but Page stomps the feet and stuff, which leads to a Deadeye and another Deadeye for a 2 count stuff before the buckshot attempt by Page happens, but White counters with the Blade Runner. As you get Page just, countering with an ankle lock, with White rolling through, standing up with the Blade Runner, leading to a 1-2-3 right there and stuff. So yeah, that's where Jay White wins the match right there again. He beats Adam Page a second time. Please don't make this a third match. Just please. My goodness. But anyway, I think after that match, Hangman follows Jay White up the ramp and blindsides him with Christopher Daniels trying to stop Page, but he gets blasted with the right hand too and stuff. Oh, the nerve he has to do that to Christopher Daniels and stuff right here. I'm telling you, the nerve he has. My goodness, man. Also, what happened to Jack Perry? I want to know what happened to him. I read an article that he was leaving AEW, but I doubt it. I call BS. But anyway, our 5th match was Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis and Will Ospreay right here. This one's also a rematch. This one's also a rematch too. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. Whoop-de-doo and stuff. It's kind of funny how these people give really good results for rematches. I mean, these are rematches, of course, and I'm seeing some really good stuff right here. I mean, people put up some good stuff for this. It's kind of funny, but yeah, better than quick results. I'm telling you that, because I don't like doing defeats unless I'm using the community tabs on YouTube. So anyway, you get Ospreay leaping over the steps, turning around, running back, and springboards off as the Hurricane Ranas. See a Hurricane Ranas Fletcher. They both go back in the ring with Fletcher spiking Ospreay with a DDT out of nowhere and proceeding to ground and pound him right there as both guys head to the apron and Ospreay looks for a Stormbreaker, but Fletcher escapes. With Fletcher pulling Ospreay's head and neck into the turnbuckle from the outside, you could say, and all that. Before we also have Fletcher going on the floor, with Fletcher also being in control now with roundhouse kicks to the back and to the chest of Ospreay before Ospreay catches a kick and delivers a hard chop right there before Ospreay tries the handspring kick, but he crumbles under the shoulder injury and Fletcher flies in with an immediate drop kick to the arm before Fletcher once again locking in with the Dragon Sleeper, but Ospreay knees him from the bottom right there as Ospreay has trainer's tape on his shoulder right there and stuff here. The stuff to support his back. I've seen that, but I've been seeing that lately. I mean, even Darby Allin had that and stuff right here. The trainer's tape, to give them leverage and stuff right here. I mean, keep their back going stuff. I mean, otherwise, what would happen if they didn't use it? I mean, I would love to try that someday too and see what effects it has. It's supposed to be simulating or something, I don't know. But anyway, you get a Sky Twister pressed by Ospreay off the top rope and a phenomenal forearm by Ospreay and stuff, which leads to a 2 count with Kawada kicks by Ospreay, followed by some vicious chops to the chest before Fletcher, asks Ospreay to chop harder, and he does before Fletcher sends one back. And you could say that was a pretty loud one and stuff here as Ospreay responds with one even louder and stuff. And not only that, you get Ospreay putting his hands behind his back and Fletcher fakes a chop and delivers a super kick, which leads to Fletcher charging stuff right here. You could call it the cheeky Nandos and stuff, is Argentine powerbomb by Ospreay happens as well, leading to a 2 count, you could say. Before we also get a hook kick by Ospreay and stuff in an Oscar attempt. But that's where Fletcher counters it with a neck breaker in midair and stuff, and a huge last ride and stuff with here, which leads to a 2 count anyway. And not only that, we also get a running boot in the corner by Fletcher, and Ospreay counters that with the brainbuster with the Stun Dog Millionaire. He countered the brainbuster with the Stun Dog Millionaire. That's the thing right there. As both guys go over the top into the floor right there. Man, just fantastic stuff. I mean, for a rematch, this was pretty well done and stuff, even though I'm still giving this a 7 out of 10. So anyway, but yeah, Ospreay tries to hold on and Craig can't, so he tombstones Fletcher on the floor, which leads to a Phoenix splash by Ospreay, backing inside the ring, getting a 2 count as Ospreay wants hidden blade, but Fletcher ducks. We also have a super kick by Fletcher and stuff with the Spanish fly by Ospreay, as we also have a hidden blade attempt by Ospreay, but Fletcher flattens him with the lariat as Fletcher just takes him and charges. As we also get a running blade by Ospreay, leveling Fletcher and stuff as both guys are down and stuff, which leads to Ospreay looking for the Os cutter, but Fletcher just crushes him off on the top right there, and Fletcher just heads up top. Ospreay just elbows him off with Fletcher going for the 2 count right there and stuff. Where we also have Ospreay just resorting to punching and kicking in the back of the neck of Fletcher and stuff right here, who's retreated to the apron and all that. So the ring steps are right next to the apron right there as the ring, Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Ospreay thinks about the Stormbreaker, but Fletcher gets free and tombstones Ospreay from the apron to the steel steps right there and all that. Right there, which you could consider a holy S-H-I-T. Holy S-H-I-T. I'm telling you. Just saying. But anyway, you get Fletcher dragging Ospreay to the ring as he berates some stuff with running leg Larry in the corner, and a bottle driver to the knees there, which he calls the Grimstone right there, which was brutal. I mean, pretty advanced moves and stuff, man. I like the amount of advanced moves going on between the wrestlers in this show right here, even though these are freaking rematches. My gosh, man. I'm telling you. Whew, I mean, if only none of the... Okay, here's the thing. If only AEW's Full Gear didn't do any rematches, that could have been a 10 out of 10 right there. This could have been a 10 out of 10 if there was no rematches. Man, if only they didn't do any rematches, if only they were different, new, then this would have been a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. This could have been, but it has to be a 7 because of some stuff that happened. But anyway, Fletcher dragging Ospreay to the ring as he berates him and stuff right here, like I said, which leads to a running boot in the face to Ospreay and all that stuff here, and a top rope buckle brainbuster, which leads to a 1, 2, 3 and stuff. The 3 count. We get the Kyle Fletcher winning the match right there and stuff here. I mean, personally, I was going for Kyle Fletcher anyway. So anyway, yeah. So you could sort of an unbelievable match, sort of unbelievable. Even though I wouldn't call it too many kickouts. Yeah, I wouldn't complain about the dangerous moves and all that stuff. It's still amazing. But anyway, so yeah. Also, Ospreay being lost in the center of the ring, clinging to his former best friend, who's only 25 years old. Just another less outstanding wrestling match and a company-shifting moment and stuff. As Mina Shirakawa was there with the champagne celebration and stuff before Mariah May says she stepped in and killed this entire division, but there's not a single woman that could touch her and stuff, and Mina couldn't have done it without her and stuff. As there was time for some champagne, they're doing a little celebration and all that stuff and all that. I guess so. I mean, some fans would say that it's a good time for champagne and all that right there. Anyway, as Mariah spits in her face and Mina tackles her off the ramp and through a table, and that's where you have Mina just may have losing a tooth, probably losing a tooth in the skirmish as she was bleeding from the mouth, and she bleeds all over May's face and stuff. Some hardcore stuff right here. Even though this wasn't even a match, it wasn't, but still good nonetheless, man. Now that could have been a women's match. That could have been an extra women's match. Let me tell you. Okay, the way Mina Shirakawa and Mariah were going at it. That could have been that could have been a really hardcore women's match. That could have been a really hardcore women's match, I'm saying. Oh, man, they could have made an extra match out of that. Extra fight. If only that counted as one. But sadly it isn't and stuff. It's kind of funny how the cool things happen outside the matches while the repetitive stuff happen inside the matches. It's kind of funny how that works out. It is. It really is, I'm telling you. So anyway, our 6th match, Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia with Matt Menard joining commentary for this. Where he had some problems with the feed and stuff and all that. Some fans had a problem with their own feeds and stuff. So anyway, we had Garcia having a second win where there was also a lariat and a hair whip to Perry and stuff, and a running boot in the corner, another one and stuff right here, leading to the Broski boot and stuff with a butterfly suplex into the buckles by Garcia as Garcia wraps Perry's hair around the ropes and drops kicks the back of his head as Garcia wants a pile driver, but Perry, Jack Perry just picks him up for the corner and stuff and all that. Oh, that was Jack Perry right there. Yep. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This match I missed, in my opinion. Sorry about that, because I was wondering what happened to Jack Perry, because apparently this match I missed. I don't know. I was in a rush or something, and I just ended up skipping this fight right here, the fight with Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia and stuff here. I ended up skipping this one because I was kind of in a rush. I really wanted to get the show over with and stuff, this video and stuff. That's why I was just fast forwarding the videos and stuff. So, yeah, I was wondering at first what happened to Jack Perry, but he's still around and stuff here, but and all that. But anyway, you get Garcia debating hitting Perry, but he drives the referee with the belt instead behind the referee's back as Perry low blows Garcia with the regular knee and stuff, leading to a 2 count as the jackknife cover by Garcia happens as well after playing possum and stuff with a 2 count. With the foot trapped pile driver by Garcia as well, leading to a 2 count, and Garcia going with some brutal overhand chops to the chest of Perry, where, Perry opens his arms waiting for whatever is next and stuff with the jumping pile driver by Garcia as well. And that's where Garcia also does a dragon tamer. Yep, and that's where Perry just thinks about it and taps out in the process right there. So, yeah, you have it right there. Daniel Garcia beating Jack Perry right there in the process right there. Honestly, I really can't believe I skipped this match. I missed this one, this match with Jack Perry and Daniel Garcia, because I was thinking, what happened to Jack Perry? I was thinking at first, and then apparently it turns out he was actually in this show all along. That was my mistake right there. Sorry about that. So anyway, you could say Garcia was sort of a great choice right there. As some people would think that Perry went as far as he could with that title. But yeah, Garcia did resign with AEW then, and either way, the crowd was rebounding from Fletcher and Ospreay and picked us up halfway through, but the home stretch was pretty darn good. Nevertheless, whereas we also have the 7th match being the AEW International Championship, Konosuke Takeshita versus Ricochet, man. I'm telling you, man, I like the amount of matches they put in this. I really do, man. Because this is more than 6 matches, I would say, and all that. But let's get it over with. So Konosuke Takeshita versus Ricochet right here and stuff, which has Ricochet looking for a 619 early, but Takeshita blocks it in big boots. Ricochet hard to the floor as Irish sends Ricochet into the timekeeper's table on the outside before Takeshita backdrops Ricochet on the corner of the barricade. Before Takeshita now focuses the attack on the back with elbows and knees and stuff before Ricochet goes up top, but Takeshita catches him and javelins him across the ring, which leads to a rolling thunder dropkick by Ricochet and a handspring back elbow stuff with the springboard clothesline and stuff by Ricochet now happening despite the back injury with an enziguri by Ricochet sending Takeshita to the floor as well, which leads to the twisting Sasuke special by Ricochet as well, because Ricochet is really going at it with those moves, I'm telling you. And not only that, they go back inside the ring. They do the springboard 450 with the 1-2 count and stuff before Don Callis leaves the announcement's desk and heads to the ringside area before Takeshita catches a charging Ricochet with a huge spinning blue thunder bomb for a 2 count stuff and a big elbow by Callis happening as well right there, because for some reason, Don Callis was getting involved as well as Ricochet rolls through a German suplex. Right there, attempt, but Takeshita holds on, tosses Ricochet with the wheelbarrow German suplex with the 2 count as Ricochet connects with the spirit gun, and both guys are down before we get a running dropkick to the face by Ricochet as he heads up top, only to get distracted by Don Callis. You could say, as we also have Takeshita tripping the legs up out and heading up top before an avalanche release German suplex by Takeshita happens as well. And a layer, you could say, where we also get a 2 count right there and a pile driver knee by Takeshita getting another close 2 senton, close 2 count and stuff. And not only that, there was also a senton to the lower back of Ricochet and stuff as Takeshita heads up top and Ricochet runs up and Hurricane Rana's Takeshita off the top with the Poison Rana and a shooting star press by, Ricochet as well, because he's really going at it with those moves, like I said, really going at it. Which leads to another 2 count, man. A lot of kick-outs, I would say. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's really good to have a lot of kick-outs in this wrestling show. It really is. This stuff, anyway, is you get Takeshita heading up top with Ricochet running up and Hurricane Rana his way up with Takeshita off the top before, we got a twisting brain buster by Ricochet and stuff here. No, it ends Gary by Ricochet and a twisting brainbuster is what happened. But before you also get the detonation kick by Ricochet for a 2 count stuff right here. As Ricochet heads up top again, but Takashita catches him with a knee to the face by Takashita, an avalanche Falcon Arrow by Takashita getting the win right there in the process. So yeah, Konosuke Takashita managed to beat Ricochet on that one right there. I mean, they haven't been booking Ricochet that often, so it is good that he had a part right here in this, because this was not, this shouldn't. I wouldn't really count this as a rematch. This was some different stuff. Now the match with Swerve Strickland and Bobby Lashley. This one sounded pretty decent stuff for here. I really like the fact that this Full Gear had like 9 matches. Like 9 matches in the actual show and stuff. I mean, yeah, there was 3 matches in the 0 hour, but the actual show, 9 matches. I thought that's a lot in my opinion, so I thought this was pretty darn good, even though some of them were rematches and stuff. But anyway, yeah, Swerve Strickland and versus Bobby Lashley and stuff here. Where Prince Nana's with Swerve Strickland and the Hurt Syndicates with Bobby Lashley and all that stuff right there. As we have Lashley dominating early, and Dominator happens by Lashley as well, which leads to a 2 count. And there's also the hard Irish whip in the corner, but Lashley just runs into a pair of boots, you could say, and all that really good. Man, I'm telling you, man, for a 7 out of 10 show, this was just fantastic. I'll tell you. So anyway, I guess Swerve thinking about going up top, but Benjamin provides a distraction. Swerve lands hard on the floor. Stuff as Lashley throws Swerve into the guardrail on the outside and then into the LED board as Benjamin trips Swerve up, and this time the referee sees it, ejecting him from ringside before chokeslam from Lashley to Swerve happens on the apron and stuff as Lashley sets up the steel steps on the outside, But, Swerve throws him into them and repeatedly bounces his head off with the DDT on the apron by Swerve happening as well. That's where Lashley misses the apron and lands hard on the floor as well. A little payback right there and all that, you could say. Man, just really good back and forth, man. Really good back and forth, man. I liked it. But anyway, so you get Lashley rolling to the outside with Swerve following, but MVP steps in his way as MVP and Swerve face off, allowing Lashley to get up in time and, lead to a belly-to-belly suplex on Swerve to the floor and stuff, where you also have a spear through the guardrail as Lashley rolls Swerve back inside the ring and hits another spear. And that's where you have Lashley locking in the Hurt lock, and that's where Swerve is out right there and stuff. I'm not going to lie, man. I was expecting Swerve to win this one, but yeah, Bobby Lashley managed to beat Swerve in this one in the process right here and stuff right here, man. Crap. Man, I really thought Swerve was going to win this one, man. I really thought he was. Man, that's crazy, man. This show is, man, really tough, man. This is like a really tough show, I'm telling you. With the 9 matches and the rematches and Swerve Strickland losing and all that stuff here. So yeah, Bobby Lashley managed to beat Swerve Strickland anyway. So yeah, I guess some people would say that in all honesty, this wasn't all that competitive. Is that surprised them? Well, which you could say feels like a new era starting there. Before you have Shelton Benjamin returning to ringside and throwing Prince Nana in the ring before Lashley locks down in the Hurt lock. Before the Hurt Syndicate leaves Swerve and Nana laying on the floor and stuff here. As we also have our the night show match number 9, you could say, which is the main event right here. Which honestly, this feels like also felt like a rematch. I mean, I really wanted Orange Cassidy to win this. I really do, but no, Jon Moxley had to win this one and stuff right anyway. So anyway, you get Moxley arriving in the parking lot with Claudio driving a truck with, Pox wearing his gear and stuff here as the AEW World Champion Heavyweight. AEW World Heavyweight Championship is in a briefcase right here as that was handcuffed to Marina, but it's now given to the referee. As we get a big fight feeling here with the special intros and stuff, it's Cassidy interrupts Moxley's introduction with the trial of orange punches and a suicide dive to the floor before Cassidy mounts Moxley on the announcer's table and delivers some ground and pound before Moxley drops Cassidy on the barricade. Grown first and then throwing him into the stands as Cassidy goes back up trying to scratch and claw and stuff, but Moxley isn't having and stuff before Moxley unfolds a chair and sits Cassidy in it before connecting with a running boot to the face right here as Moxley delivers some right hands to the forehead and Cassidy being busted wide open and stuff right here as the double arm DDT by Moxley happens as well. You could say crazy, man, and a bunch of advanced moves and lots of kickouts, I would say. Ooh. I thought Swerve was going to win. I thought Swerve was going to win the other match. I'm telling you. I really thought he was. But anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, we get Moxley thinking about the Death Rider, but Cassidy slaps him to the face before both guys go back and forth in the middle of the ring, and then you could say it's then time for the orange kicks and stuff. You also get an orange punch as well and stuff right here before, the Casadora by Cassidy gets a 2 count and stuff right here as a kick out lariat happens by Moxley and stuff. Cassidy is also up, leading to orange punch and a beach break and a 1-2 count right there before Pac and Claudio are slowly making their way down the ringside right there area and stuff as both guys get on the apron, but the conglomeration are there as well, and they fight them to the back as Rocky comes off the top with the plancha to everyone, which leads to Marina Shafir being in the ring with the briefcase, but Willow Nightingale comes back and she spears Marina and stuff right here. Yeah, that's the thing right there. Willow Nightingale managed to appear out of nowhere right there and all that. But anyway, you get Cassidy having a briefcase and he cracks Moxley in the face with it and stuff right here. You could say which leads to another kick out and stuff right here, 1-2 and stuff. As Moxley falls into the corner and the referee comes to check on him and stuff, which leads to allowing Wheeler Yuta to sneak into the ring and connect with the Psycho Knee right there. Death Rider by Moxley right there. And yeah, from there, 1, 2, 3. That's where Moxley managed to beat Orange Cassidy right there in the process right there. I mean, both Orange Cassidy and Swerve Strickland, man. I was going for them. I wanted them to win, but apparently, sadly, they did not. Big whoop-de-doo right there, I'm telling you. Whew, I'm telling you, man. For a 7 out of 10 show, I'm telling you. They put a lot of work on this one. If only there wasn't any rematches. I'm telling you. This show would have been great. It would have been a good 10 out of 10. But nah. But just nah. I'm telling you. But anyway, so yeah, Bobby Lashley beat Swerve Strickland, and yeah, but anyway, you get Jon Moxley winning the fight right there by doing the Death Rider and stuff right here, which leads to a 3 count. So yeah, Jon Moxley managed to retain, sadly, even though I wanted him to lose and stuff. So yeah, he retains as the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Freaking again right there, man. Come on, he's got to lose his title sometime because he's been champion like a bunch of times already. That's the thing. So I guess you could say after all the in-ring action we got that night, the main event delivered both in the ring and storyline with Moxley and the company are out for destruction, you could say. And it feels legitimately like AEW is trying to hold on to themselves before Cassidy was in trouble most of the match but never gave up. So we could see a different, more aggressive side from him that shows how much he cares about the company. So I guess after that match, Wheeler Yuta has some sort of disinfectant chemicals, and Moxley holds Cassidy's mouth open and stuff right here, where they do some freaking heel work in there. Putting disinfectant chemicals in Cassidy's mouth open as Wheeler pours it down Cassidy's mouth and on his face right there. Before Hangman Page is also there, and he lays out Wheeler Yuta and right there with the chair and stuff right here before Page stare downs Moxley. Where there's also Christian Cage in the process, as Cage hits the kill switch on Moxley, but Cage thinks about cashing in his contract and stuff. But we also get Jay White happening to lay Christian out with the Blade Runner. Just a bunch of people turning on each other in the process, just turning against each other right there, you could say. Before we get the Death Riders pulling Moxley out and retreating to safety as the Death Riders try to get in their track, but random car plows right through it right there and stuff in the process right there, where they've stolen another car which has Darby Allin, Darby Allin destroying the Death Riders truck with the skateboard as he goes off in the air and stuff, which a lot of crybabies were crying about, you could say, because I thought this was good. I thought this was good backstage stuff. But no, the haters want to keep on crying, like, well, wow, and all that. But anyway, I thought this was great nevertheless. So yeah, I guess our final thoughts could be Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay being something right there. Is this, you could say, sort of stole the show, but I don't think it did. The stuff is Kyle Fletcher was described as being in the stratosphere with Bobby Lashley defeating Swerve as easily as he did. Surprising in a bad way, I would say. Is you also have the Hurt Syndicate having a very bright future. I wouldn't call it a very bright future, man. I want to see what happens next. I really do. Someone's got to beat Jon Moxley. Someone just has to. For all the manipulation he's doing and the control he has over Wheeler Yuta, you could say, and all that. So yep, and that's all the stuff that happened on this show right here, right there. So yep, that's all I have to give to you people. And not to forget, I have to give this show a 7 out of 10 right there. Even though it had like 9 matches, that was good. If only there wasn't as much rematches, this would have been either at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Now, if there was no rematches, this would have been a really awesome 10 out of 10, but no, it has to be a freaking 7 out of 10, I'm telling you. So anyway, yep, this is all I have to give to you people and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to end the video right here, and just remember, this is Red Lightning Boa right here, about to end the live stream and all that. Hopefully the next show turns out better, because let's say I'm looking forward to MLW and TNA afterwards. Those I'm looking forward to in the future. Yep. So I'm going to end this video right here for all you people in there. I mean, if someone watches this at least and all that. Hopefully my YouTube channel gets better in the process, because it's on the low side, you could say. But anyway, I'm about to end the video right here. So yep, this is all I have to give to you people. So yep, rock out and be there, guys. I'm considering this a really good bye-bye.